God kept closing doors on traditional jobs, 9 to 5s, and corporate jobs. And every door that shut hurt. And I took it really personally. Even though they tell you don't take it personally, I took it personally because I was searching for months and months and months. And I was like, why does nobody want to hire me? I had all the experience. My resume was built. I was working through college, internships, all of the above, to have a successful career after, and nothing was just working out in my favor. So in the end, it was just God redirecting me to a path that would make me happier and more fulfilled. I was able to find a way to make money on my own terms and not have to technically work corporate or under someone else. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. So a little bit of background, I graduated with my marketing degree back in 2025, and I, throughout all of college, told myself, you need to be working an internship pretty much every semester to build experience for your resume. So then when after college comes and you're applying to jobs, you will have all of this experience and it will be so much easier for you to get a job. Well, that didn't work out for me, obviously. I still couldn't land a job that would make me happy, fulfilled, and just not depressed waking up every morning, even after like months and months of searching. So I want to give you a little backstory before we get into the video. So I graduated with my marketing degree back in 2025 in May, and throughout college I was working many internships. I pretty much held an internship every semester, and my goal was to build my resume so when graduation came I would be ready to enter the job market and I would have all of that experience. So I thought that it would put me ahead of a lot of other people because of the experience, but alas, it did not work in my favor, because in the end I literally couldn't find a job that would make me happy and a job that I could wake up to every morning and not be depressed. And just a little bit more on where I came from. My family growing up, we were lower middle class. So thrifting back then wasn't as popular as it was now. We grew up in one of the south side suburbs in Chicago. Thrifting wasn't like a fun activity or like something that was trendy and fun to do back then. It was just kind of something you did because you needed to do, because you couldn't afford to get the new sequenced backpack at Justice or the brand new jeans and like things like that. So you just got them secondhand. So I've been thrifting for a very, very long time, since I was a child. My dad loves thrifting. It's one of the things we love to do together. Thrifting is just how I grew up, essentially. And after graduation, bills did not stop. So I had student loans that were going to start, that I needed to pay, car payments, just car maintenance stuff, and literally everything else that comes along with life, you know, unexpected bills and all of that. And I was like, okay, I'm not getting a job, so I need to find a way to make some money on the side, bring in my own income, because obviously this traditional path is not working for me. Now, I want to be completely transparent because I feel like a lot of people will skip over this part or not mention this part, but I really want to be transparent with this. My boyfriend does work in sales. He does work a 9 to 5 job, and he is like the main provider for our like household. So he pays all the bills, all of the big expenses and everything like that. So I really just focus on my personal expenses and my personal bills and stuff like that. So I just wanted to make clear that I'm not paying like housing or things like that out of my money currently, but I am putting all of that money into our future in our savings accounts, and then also paying my bills. And then I also think that it's really important to mention that I'm not just someone who sits around and waits for things to happen. If something's not happening and nothing's getting done, I'm the type of person who will do it myself, figure it out. Like, I'm not just gonna sit and wait for it to fall into my lap. This is something that's really important when you're doing anything entrepreneurial. You have to have a mindset of, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna build it for me, I'm not gonna give up, and you have to have that mindset to be successful. Another thing is the problem-solving mindset. So that's something that I have, which I'm so blessed to have. God gave me that trait, and it's carried me through life. I wasn't just gonna wait around for money to just fall into my lap. I was like, okay, I'm not landing a job, how am I gonna make money? And this kind of started a long time ago, because even when I was in high school, I actually started selling things online. When I was in high school, I started selling just random things in my room, like little candles or random clothes I wasn't wearing, or like little knickknacks on Mercari. And I was actually looking back at my Mercari sales from then, because I don't really use Mercari, So I was looking at my Mercari sales from I think 2016, and I made like $800 in high school. And back then that was a lot because I didn't have any bills. Like it was literally all purely spending money, which was amazing. So even back then in my childhood, I was always finding ways to make money. I was also babysitting, pet sitting, all of the above. Like anything I could do, I was trying to make money, save money, put money away. And then after college, when I couldn't find a job, I actually decided that I was going to start creating my own handmade jewelry business. And I was like, okay, maybe I can start making my own jewelry, selling that, and make a side profit from that. Now, I loved the process of it, but honestly, the expenses and the time that was going into it wasn't matching the profit. The expenses were just way too much and they were outweighing the profit. And I made the decision to pivot, change paths because that was not working for me. And honestly, it was just kind of draining me emotionally, my bank account, and all of the above. But that's when I realized that every time God shuts a door, he opens a better one instead. Like there's a reason that certain things don't work out for you. And that's kind of been my motto throughout life is this didn't work out because he has something better in plan for you and in store for you. So like, don't dwell on what didn't work out. Be happy because he has something better for you. And if you're not religious or anything, then don't worry. Like you don't have to you can like ignore, pass, skip through the parts when I'm talking about religion, but it's really important in my story and in my personality. Like it's who I am. So how Depop started, I actually found out about Depop because I feel like I was seeing a plethora of ads throughout my senior year of college. And then one of my friends actually had her own Depop shop and she told me about it. And I was like, oh, that might be a cool stream of income to like make. I heard about Poshmark, I heard about Mercari, I heard about all of those things, but I never actually heard about Depop. So I downloaded the app and it low-key started out as just like closet cleanouts because I was like, okay, how can I make some money in college and, you know, do as least amount of work as possible. I was essentially just going through my closet, getting rid of the things that I either haven't touched in a while, haven't worn in a while. I was kind of outgrowing and I was just listing those things on my shop. And then I started to get sales and I became very addicted to the sound of getting a sale on Depop. And I just love like customer relations, talking to people who are interested in the items, taking photos. Like the whole process was just so fun to me. And it was like, I was addicted to the whole process. So it kind of grew from there. So my Depop shop remained Maya's closet for a good amount of period of time. And when I graduated college, I was trying to find ways to get out of the house and not stay in the house because I feel like staying in the house when I didn't have a job was just kind of making me depressed. So I went to the place that made me the happiest, the place that I go to just like get that like boost of dopamine, and that was the thrift stores. So I would just walk around the thrift stores. I would go to my favorite thrift stores, get a coffee, just walk, and I was just picking up some things that I would like or things that I thought would be cute. And the thing is, a lot of the thrift stores I go to don't have dressing rooms, so I would just bring things home and then try them on at home. And then if I didn't like the way that they would fit on me, I was like, this is a cute piece. I picked it up for a reason, so maybe it will fit someone else better and someone else can love it and give it a new home. So that was essentially how the whole like Depop process started for me, is I would buy clothes for myself, I'd come home, try them on. If I didn't like them, I would list them, and then I would do closet cleanouts like every week. I was pretty much like, okay, if I bring new clothes in, new clothes have to go out. So it was kind of just like this cycle of just like listing, thrifting, and then I became addicted to that cycle too. I was like, oh my gosh, I love going to the thrift stores. I was like, wow, this is something I really enjoy doing. And I think after I made like 20 sales in 1 week, I was like, okay, wait a minute, this could actually be something, you know? Like, I'm the type of person who always wants to take each possibility, each chance I'm given. Even if it doesn't work out in the end, I still want to say that I tried. So I was like, okay, maybe I can turn this into something. So I was like, let's start looking at this with a business mindset. Let's rebrand. Let's not keep it Maya's closet. Let's come up with a strategy, a brand. And me with my marketing background, I have experience in creating brand books, branding, logos, all of the above. So I sat down with my Canva. I was like, okay, what do I love? vintage. I love everything vintage. So I was like, let's call this the vintage edit. I'm really a fan of like burgundies and reds. So I went with a red palette, and that's how I created the vintage edit. I pretty much rebranded my whole store. I created shop policies, all of the above. I looked into branding, packaging, and all of that. And then I was like, okay, now that we're taking this seriously, and now that we're treating this like a business, what do businesses do with their inventory? They track it. I was looking at very many options for tracking inventory, and let me tell you, there's some pretty expensive options out there. And this is another reason that I was so blessed that God has given me the gifts that he's given me, because I am a pro when it comes to spreadsheets. So I built my own spreadsheet. So if you want to check it out, then it's linked down below for you guys. There is a small fee to it because I spent a lot of time making it. But it's a one-time fee, and then you can track all of your Depop inventory on it. I love tracking my inventory in it. It's really easy. But the important part of tracking your inventory, especially when you have a lot of listings, I think on my Depop shop, I have around 400 listings right now. And in my inventory spreadsheet, I have where each item is located, which makes it easy when I have a sale to find the item fast. And then it has a title, it has profit, it has cost of goods, date that I bought the item, date that I listed the item, all of the above. So tracking all of this is just gonna make it really easy for myself in the future. I took Depop seriously starting January of 2026. And I think after January, January, February, March. So March is when I got a notification from Depop through my Depop app that I could basically become a Depop top seller if I hit certain goals 3 months in a row. I believe the goals that I need to hit was 50 listings a month and $1,000 in sales a month. And I hit it in March, I hit it in April, and we are currently in May, and this is my last month. I believe we are on track to complete the whole challenge and be a Depop top seller, which I am so excited about. I love hitting little goals like this. It is such a good boost for my self-esteem, and just especially where I am in life currently, since I don't have a stable 9-to-5 job, little things like this is just really nice, and they really boost the morale. So now I want to talk about the money side of Depop, because I want to talk about, in honesty, what it looks like and what the income looks like. Because when you are doing something like this, you have to put money aside for taxes, because it's not being taken out for you like in a normal W-2 9-to-5 job. So Depop, for me, all of the money for that doesn't go into taxes is going into my car maintenance. It's going into my student loan bills, which are very high, very scarily high. I don't even want to talk about that. But that was the reason I started Depop, because I was like, how am I going to make these payments? But my student loan payments, my car payments, my insurance for my car, my cat was just in the ER, so I had to get new tires for my car, so I'm paying off those. So it's just covering all of the expenses that just come with life, essentially. And then it's also, since my boyfriend pays all of our actual living bills, I put all of the extra money I have into our savings accounts for our future. But I also do want to be clear, because Depop isn't my only stream of income. I actually do freelance work on the side, and I work with some businesses in marketing. And then I also do freelance admin assistant for a local food chain restaurant in the area as well. So Depop is one of my streams of income, but it's not my main source of income. So I have a bunch of freelance income coming in at the same time. But it is important to mention that I do also put away 20 to 25% of my income from all streams. Each stream, I put away 25% for taxes, because when tax season comes, I know I'm going to be hit with a big bill, because all I'm doing is freelance work right now or 1099 work. So it's really important to put that money aside in a savings account. So I want to kind of just walk you through how I built the whole brand in itself. Honestly, building the Vintage Edits brand was the most fun for me. I love being creative. I love coming up with concepts, ideas, logos, branding. So it was the best thing that I did. So we already walked through the colors, the logo, and all of that. When I was creating the Vintage Edit, I decided, okay, I want to change the whole brand in itself. So I opened my Depop shop, and I was currently, the profile picture was just a picture of me. So I created a little profile picture for my Depop shop. The brand book in itself has fonts for the brand. It has emojis that I like to use, color palettes, aesthetics, all of the above, because it's really important when you're creating a brand to stay on brand and not like shift. You know, you want everything to be cohesive. And then I decided, I was like, okay, what are some ways that I can incorporate branding into my business strategy, packaging, all of the above? So I actually just get regular boxes off Amazon, and I bought a vintage edit stamp that I had customized for me, and I will stamp all the boxes with that. I also send out little business cards in mini envelopes that are stamped with the vintage edit, and I send that in each package. And then I also send a little velvet pink pouch of little freebies in there that I also stamp with the vintage edit. So there's a lot of branding that goes into the packaging as well. And I want the packaging to be an experience, because honestly, one of the best things for me when I get a package is just opening the package and seeing like extra things in there that I wasn't expecting. I feel like it's a little surprise, and I love providing that for other people. So we mentioned taxes, and I want to say that I am not a tax person. I'm not a professional. I don't do anything when it comes to like accounting and stuff like that. Like, this is all just like my personal experience. This is me trying to figure things out on the way. So this is my first time doing it. So if you need professional help, get a professional. But this is what I'm doing for my tax season next year. I'm tracking everything through Wave. It's a free app, and they have a free version where you can track everything manually. They also have a paid version where you can connect your bank account and you can scan receipts and all of that. I have the time to track everything manually, so I don't mind that. So currently I track all my expenses. So expenses meaning I track the mileage that it takes me to get to the thrift stores. I track the amount of money I spend on inventory, packaging supplies. I actually just moved into a storage unit and upscaled my business because I was outgrowing our guest bedroom, and it was becoming not a functional room anymore for guests. So I actually got a storage unit, so I'm able to write that off as a tax write-off as well, because that's where all of my Depop stuff is. It's just really important to track things. I also scan all my receipts in, so I have it as proof. So when tax season comes, everything is kind of there for me. It's setting myself up for success in the future. Especially since this is my first year on Depop, I really want to build the systems, the processes now. So moving on year from year, I can get better. And it's really important that you learn things and you're doing your own research and figuring out what's going to work best for you. Because honestly, what works best for me might not work best for you. It might be easier for you to hire an accountant, use QuickBooks, all of those things. But honestly, everyone is different, and this is just what works for me, so I just wanted to share. Okay, so now we mentioned the storage unit, and guys, I'm honestly so freaking excited about this because this was a big move for me. I've never had a storage unit before. It kind of feels like I have my own little business mini warehouse in a way, and it's really exciting. My mom actually runs her own business, and her business stuff is at the same storage unit that mine is at, the same facilities. But yes, let me go take you guys to the storage unit because it is so pretty. It is so cute. We did it in a really cute way, in a way that's accessible. And yeah, let me just stop yapping and let's just go to the storage unit. I also want to mention, I don't have power in my Depop storage unit, so I literally just use it for storing all of my inventory for inventory purposes. So I'll print my shipping labels at home, and I'll bring the shipping labels to the storage unit, and I will just package up everything there. So that's actually what we're gonna do. I made 3 sales last night, so we're gonna go to the storage unit, package up everything. Maybe in the future, my dad was talking to me about power sources and things I could bring with me, so I could keep my label printer and my computer and stuff I could charge over there. So maybe we'll look into that in the future, but I don't want to spend a ton of money on that currently because this process works for me, and the storage unit is only literally 2 minutes away. So let's go over there now. We just got to the storage unit.
Hello.
And we're packing our orders. So let me show you exactly what it looks like and how we organized it. So here's where we put all of the clothes and some boxes with some of my sister's stuff. And then over here is shoes, my branding boxes, and then all of my clothing that I keep in storage boxes, all of the purses and accessories and hats. This is a 10 by 10 storage unit. That's all the shipping supplies, more clothes, and then a bunch of shoes. And then we also just thrifted this little table and stools in the middle so we could do our shipping whenever we get orders. And then on the side, just a bunch more storage. And honestly, a 10 by 10 storage unit was perfect because we have a lot of space to still grow our small businesses and work at the same time. So yeah, that's our storage unit. We are back from the storage unit, and I just want to say that building a Depop business, it's not hard and it's not easy, if that makes sense. I feel like a lot of times people are looking for an easy way to make a quick buck, and it can be really discouraging because I didn't get sales fast in the beginning because you don't have any reviews, you don't have any like history. People are like, okay, is this a real person? Is this a scam? So you have to be patient. Anything you do in life, you have to be patient. Things aren't just gonna happen overnight, usually. That doesn't normally happen. So it's really important to be patient, especially when you're building something that you know you wanna do, that you enjoy. So that is all I have for you guys in today's video. Just remember that with hard work, strategy, a consistent plan, you can make anything possible. I hope you guys took something away from this video. If you were thinking of starting a Depop shop, then definitely start. Drop your shops down below so I can check them out. If you guys need help with branding or anything, maybe I'll offer some like consultation services and we can create a whole branding strategy for you guys. The spreadsheets are down below, so go ahead and check those out if you need a system to organize all of your inventory. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.